All right, guys, I want to share with you a little bit of a misconception that a lot of people can have. If you are someone who is coming back from an injury, maybe you're someone who just is well aware that you have imbalances, left versus right. One of the most common reasons why people get reoccurring injuries is because they have these imbalances and they've picked them up again from injury or from just overtraining. They're doing a lot of one thing and one side's working more than another. A lot of the misconception can be is that people can think just by doing some squats, some deadlifts, some split squats, etc., that will be enough to kind of correct that. That is not the case. I've mentioned this a few times to a few of our SFE crew this week who've just started on program, is that actually when you watch someone with obvious imbalances, we can mask them. You can often be able to perform deadlifts, squats quite symmetrically. Now, obviously, if someone is really out of whack, you'll start to see them kind of shifting to one side. You know, when they're coming down into that squat, you'll see them kind of sitting onto one hip, driving back out. And that is kind of a clear-cut case of someone who is literally overloading one side. But a lot of time, people can mask it. We can hide it. Our body compensates, especially when we're kind of working in these kind of safe environments. We've got to find ways of exposing these weaknesses and then doubling down on them. And this is what I want to share with you guys. So, two really simple exercises to work on. And they're both single leg or unilateral in their nature. Single leg squats, you guys know. Deficit single leg squats are another great version. There's just another version I want to share with you guys. Take a step. It can be 6 inches, 12 inches, 20 inches. What we're looking to do is drive up. But it's on the way down that I really want you to focus on this eccentric control, lowering with control, light touch, driving up. We're trying to maintain good tension through this leg, but we're trying to load and stay relatively in line, good alignment through the ankle, the knee, the hip, the shoulder, driving high. And what you're going to start to notice is it really starts to highlight some of those areas of weakness. And I was literally talking to someone the other day about this, where I gave him a simple drill, and this is what I'm going to show you now. I think all of you will be familiar with the hamstring bridge, getting hips to full extension. But what I want you to focus on with this drill is driving up with 2, 1 off, take one leg off, and then lower with 1. You're going to drive high, elevate, lower with 1. So it's 2 to 1. And what it's going to do is going to showcase whether you have good hip stability. You can contract that and hold that single side contraction through left versus right. And lo and behold, a lot of the time when you start to isolate these muscle groups, isolate these sort of single side aspects of the joint in terms of the hips, etc., and the shoulders, you'll notice that you just don't have that level of conditioning, that depth of control. And that is what we need to be working on. We really need to be doubling down on exercises that are exposing us. Now, we need compound movements like squats and deadlifts and RDLs and split squats the whole way through a program, because you want to keep building up that maximal strength. But you've got to have a mix of these other types of exercises that are adding more complexity, forcing you to work on these kind of more eccentric kind of phases of your S&C work, but also working on this single side imbalances. These are the things that will constantly get exposed as you add more volume, more intensity with your running, everything else in the future. All right, so keep that in mind.